Hey guys, what's going on? It's Russell. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button because I'll do lots of different stock alert services, looking at different option services, just a ton of different reviews that I think you'll find helpful if you're looking for this type of thing. So today I want to talk about Humble Trader again. So you guys that don't know who Humble Trader is, she is a YouTube personality, very active day trader. This is her channel. You can check her out. She is very much down to earth. She's a really good trader from what I can see. I've been a member of her Discord community as well as following her YouTube series for a long time. So I'll leave a link in the description. You can go and check out the Humble Trader review. This is it. Basically it's talking about all her different strategies, and I've got loads of videos on there too that you should check out as well if you're interested in learning more about Humble Trader, or Shay as is her real name. So she is just launching an education thing. It's called Humble Trader Academy. It isn't out yet, and as of making this video in early November, it won't be out until probably the end of November or maybe even December, I think. I got early access to review it. I'm not getting paid for the review. My payment really was getting to try it out and then give my honest opinion on it. So basically I thought I'd give you an overview of what the Trading Academy has and whether you might be able to find it useful for your own trading, or see what you think about it. So I'll leave a link to this article so you can go and read about it, but I also wanted to go through the course like actually in the dashboard so you can see what it is rather than just reading about it in this article. So this is it over here. Humble Trader Academy. It's not fully functioning yet. Apparently you're going to get access to a chat room as well, maybe your Discord, I'm not quite sure. But this is what you see when you log in. There's 17 units, so this thing is pretty big. And it took me about a day or two of seriously like sitting down and doing these different modules and units to get through the course. So that's what I'm saying here. So there's 17 units of day trading education. It's a combination of video lessons, downloadable documents, different quizzes, and like sort of spreadsheets and things, useful stuff like that. And it is video based, so you can see on the first lesson here, if I click on what to expect in this program, you'll have like Humble Trader up the right here talking, and the slides appear here obviously. So this is pretty much the format that you can expect. They are in units. This is unit 1, it's just really the introduction, and basically there are 17 of these units and they're usually about an hour each, broken up into different lessons. So if I go back to categories, yeah, like here, so you can start to see. So unit 2, who is Humble Trader, this is not a full unit obviously, but I did find it pretty useful in that I learned a little bit more about Humble Trader. I'll see if I can find some of the stuff she was showing. So it talks about stuff that most people didn't know about, and then it goes on to show her like how she progressed through the trading, her trading learning curve. And then it actually starts to show some of her trades nowadays. So like she's making decent money. I mean 50,000 to 100,000 a month. And these are different trading days. You can see 2,000 lost, 12,000 gain, 2,000 win, 7,000, 10,000 win, 15,000 loss. So she's doing 10 trades on average, probably a little more every day. So she's a really active and fairly large trader, it looks like. So I thought that was pretty interesting. Didn't know that about her really. She's not really revealed that, at least not to me. I've not really seen her talking about her position sizes and things like that. So I thought that was interesting. So here are some of the other modules. So we can just run through them. So here we go. Why follow the roadmap? 4 stages. Stock market lingo. This was interesting. You can see the length of the videos, 11 minutes, 8 minutes, 14 minutes. So these all add up like to half an hour to an hour per like unit. But they're easily digestible lessons. So I do like that about it. And she goes into quite a bit of depth about all these trend terms. I thought it was useful. When I first started out trading, a lot of these terms and things were completely unknown to me, and it was quite a learning curve. If you're a new trader, you'll probably know that. So this is really for new traders. Most seasoned traders won't learn a single thing from this, but that's okay because it's really aimed at new traders. Brokers and platform setup. This is really good for new traders, but also people that are looking at maybe just improving what they're doing. So she goes into Thinkorswim, she goes into paper trade and back testing, all the different order types. This is all stuff that's fairly basic, but it's definitely valuable stuff. To have it all in this one place and these nice concise lessons is really useful. So far I'm pretty impressed with it. This is all very interesting. It goes into specific brokerages, Thinkorswim, Webull, and interactive brokers. So you can go through and learn like all the basics of these brokers. So again, unless you're thinking about switching brokers, you're not going to get a lot from this unless you're brand new, which I think is what this section of the course is aimed at, like beginners. Goes into desk trader stuff, goes into Benzinga Pro, trade ideas, gap scanner tips, all this kind of stuff. It's pretty good. The one of the things I really like about this course though is there's a really good balance between like intangible trading skills and actual like technical strategies. So take a little break here and show you what I mean. Let's see. So throughout the whole course in the videos, she stresses this: learning and observing, paper trading, tracking, paper trading consistency, live trading with small size, in that order. And she hammers that home over and over again in the course because she wants people to actually succeed and not blow up their accounts. So she's very much into the psychological and risk management aspects, which often are not stressed in courses that just talk about a particular strategy or just show you how to like trade VWAP or something, you know. So she spends a lot of time in the course talking about risk management, that kind of thing. And at the end of each module, each unit, so you get a quiz, and if you don't pass the quiz, you have to restart it and do it again until you do, because you can't move on to the next units without doing that. And that forced me to actually do the units and every lesson. So I've actually done every lesson in the whole course. And going back to here, so unit 6 is candlesticks. So this is where it starts to get more like specific. I remember being totally confused about candlesticks, and she does a good job of explaining them here. So pretty good module, easy to understand. So then she starts technical analysis in unit 7, how to draw support lines, how to draw resistance. Again, these are all fairly basic things, but she does a good job of explaining it all in one place. And she throws in some of her own secret sauce into some of this as well, so it's pretty good. Technical analysis, planning price levels. This is pretty useful. Account risk calculator. It's actually very, very like risk averse, which is good. Some of this is quite surprising. The amount of risk that she's prepared to take is very small. It's quite interesting. So I learned a bit from that. Actually realized that I'm risking way too much on most of my day trades, and I think this section alone will save a lot of people from blowing up their accounts. She stresses trade journaling and tracking, and basing your looking at data of your own trades, and then making sure you don't make mistakes and everything. So this is actually a really good section. Kind of boring sounding, right? Journaling your trading and tracking, but this can make all the difference. So I was quite impressed with this module or unit as well. Let me see what's next. So then she starts to get into actual strategies, so trade planning. So starts talking about small caps, goes into all this different stuff. This is a big several hours of work to get through. You can see some of the topics, all this news catalyst stuff, these downloadables, so just tons of stuff. She actually explains like I think about 5 independent strategies. So large cap stocks, I learned a little bit from that. I usually just ignore them, kind of realized that they actually can be pretty good to trade, technical trade, which I don't really do. So these are actually her actual like trades. So this like her strategies. So we're getting into more of the meat of like how she trades now. And this is one of 4 or 5 different strategies she explains here. Short trap consolidation. And each video, like each unit, starts her strategy with psychology behind the trade. and then the criteria, and then executing, and then managing the risk. And this is a really nice layout. I don't think I stressed that enough in the actual review article I wrote on this. And I think this is such a nice logical layout. You know, why this trade might be something, why it would work psychologically. Like, are there bag holders? Are there people stuck? You know, are there people, like, what is the psychology behind the trade? It's pretty unusual to see this kind of very well laid out way of explaining a strategy. So it's pretty cool. So that's one of them. This is another one. Breakout, continuation, long setup. Again, psychology behind the trade. Then how to find them, the criteria. Then how to execute them, and how to manage the risk. Isn't that cool? Like, it's so like logical. And then there's her other strategy, which is gap up, reversal, long setup. Again, same idea. All really interesting. If you don't pass the quiz, then you don't pass go, and you have to actually go back and make sure you learn all this stuff, which I thought was kind of cool. Bag holder, daily short setup. This is another one, same idea. Really interesting. For starting to short, I think she has 2 short strategies in here. Yeah, these 2. And the other 2 or 3 are long strategies. So she gives like her 2 main short strategies, and I think 3 main long strategies. It's pretty good. Then she has a whole unit on trader psychology. Pretty good. Very interesting. And that's pretty much it. There's all these downloadables. So glossary of trading terms, broker guide for beginner traders, planning process, what she does. And there's a good mixture, right? So more experienced traders will benefit from these later modules and not so much from the early ones. And I think that is pretty much the academy so far. Let me check my review article and make sure I haven't missed anything. And I'll put a link in the description so you can go and read through it. So I'll probably update it, because one thing we don't know yet is how much this is going to cost. So it's really high quality from what I've seen with courses. But we still don't know like how much she's going to charge. I can try asking them and seeing if I can update this article with the actual price. But yeah, so I think that's basically my overview of it. I really liked the course. Here is a summary down the bottom. Here we go. So yeah, I really liked it. I think it's really good. I learned some stuff. It refreshed a lot of stuff in my mind. It was easy to understand. It was really well presented. So I do like how she does focus on trader discipline and not just the strategies, but she does outline, I think, 5 clear strategies and really makes you learn what the criteria are, what the maximum risk is. It's really good. And basically I recommend it so far. So let's see how much it comes out in the next few months, like what price it's at. And I mean, if it's like $5,000, I don't think I'll be recommending it as much. But if it's reasonably priced, it's something I think that's well worth considering, especially if you're a new trader that's looking to get into day trading a bit more. Alright, well, I'll catch up with you guys in the next video. Thanks for listening. Cheers.